A couple of days ago, I actually recorded a video about the drama behind the Cyberpunk collab with Wuthering Waves and the whole pool situation. Now, I wanted to wait a little bit because I actually wanted to experience it for myself. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about all of my thoughts now that I have actually played through the entire story and I've been able to experience the world. And so I kind of wanted to give you guys my full thoughts now that I've had time to actually play the collab and actually pull for the characters. And so here's my raw thoughts and feelings. So let's talk about the story first, because this is something that I really want to harp on before I kind of dunk on Wu a little bit. The collaboration story was absolutely phenomenal. I actually watched the Cyberpunk Edgerunners anime over again because I had watched it a long time ago, but I kind of forgot, and so I rewatched it, and then I played the collab, and oh my gosh, the story is so good. It didn't ruin anything from the show. I'm not going to really get into any spoilers, but it was really, really good. The characters are like so on par with how they would act in the actual show, which is really cool. So if you guys get to experience it, you guys will know exactly what I mean. But the story was absolutely phenomenal. Like, for a collaboration, they did not disappoint at all. Like, going from playing the HSR, which I hate to make this comparison, but this is the only other gacha game that I actually spent the time to play the collab. I've played other games that have had collabs, but this is the first one that I played that was a gacha game that had a collab, and the Fate one was like so disappointing. So I really had my bar set pretty low for this Wu one, but this was like absolute cinema. It was so good, and I genuinely had a blast. I was like laughing, having a great time. Actually, I was in a voice call with my friend, and we were both kind of playing it at the same time, and we were just having an absolute blast, like kind of playing through the story. And so it was just a ton of fun. Story for me, honestly, for the collaboration was a 10 out of 10. Absolute peak cinema. So you guys got to play it yourself. Now, as far as for the characters, the designs amazing, super good. They absolutely nailed Rebecca, and this is just a little bit about the story. There's no spoilers, but like her personality and her expressions were like so good. It was like honestly on the quality of like ZZZ or even NTE. Like the facial expressions for Rebecca, she like really, like whoever was cooking at Girl Games, they were really cooking. It was so good. I genuinely had a like Rebecca, even though like in the anime is not really my favorite character, but in this collaboration, like she really did carry. So not only that, but like the character, like the detail, like I was telling my friend, like wow, like the detail in the jacket is just like insanely good. And then Lucy as well, really cool design. Like everything about like these characters, as far as the character designs, amazing. Their weapon designs cool as well. So they killed it in that aspect. Like this is like, as far as for everything outside of the pulling situation, for me, I would give it a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. I played a lot of story mode games, and I thought this was really well done. So they knocked it out of the park. Now, we got to address the elephant in the room, which is going to be the whole pool situation. Now, for me, this personally doesn't affect me too much, but it's, as someone who actually spends money, it sucks a lot more. This is the only gacha game that I ever spend money on. I have now, in total, over the 2 years I've played Wu, I've spent $200 on this game, plus somewhere around there. This, like, I had saved my top up for this collab because I knew it was coming, and I was like, I was gonna spend it on Hiyuki, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna save it because I know that the Cyberpunk collab is going to come out, and I'm gonna want to pull for Lucy. And so I was like, we're gonna wait, we're gonna save up my top up. So I actually used my top up to pull for Lucy. Now here's where it gets very frustrating, because in my initial video I was like, this is like so garbage, but like if you're a spender, it's worse. If you're a new player, this is like, honestly, like this collab is like really meant for new players, but for like your veteran players or people who have been playing, this is not for you. When you pull for characters, which no one even talked about this on any of their videos because I watch other people's videos on what they had to say about it. But here's what I noticed from actually doing my pulls. If you get 4 stars, instead of getting 5 corals if you already have them at max, which by the way, I have every 4-star maxed except for Bullying. Bullying's like the only one that I don't have maxed. So I was getting the corals back from having max of basically every character, and instead of giving 5 back, they were giving me 3, which is freaking trash. That is just like horrible. So the less corals, it doesn't, not only does it not apply to the 5 stars, but it also again applies to the 4 stars, which is a given, but not a lot of people talked about it, which also sucks because if you realistically think about it, if you were to get a copy of a 4-star, you are essentially getting, if you were to get 2 4 stars, it would be almost the equivalent of getting 1 5 or of 1 like 4-star on another banner, on like a regular banner. Because if you have max copies of a 4-star on a regular banner, you would get 5. So you literally just get 1 less from this event, which is like super trash. So when you're trying to save up those like special corals, not only are you getting less from the 4 stars, but you're also getting less from the 5 stars. So if you don't have a max 5-star, then you get, it's 12 instead of 15, and then it's 30 instead of 40. So not only is this event, do they give us a new currency, which is ass. Sorry, I don't really cuss in my videos, but it's ass. So not only do they give you less pulls, or sorry, not less pulls, they give you less corals, but then they also are giving us new currency. You can't even use your old corals that you have saved up. You actually have to get the new corals from losing or like getting dupes, right? And then on top of that, your saved up pulls that you had previously saved and your pity doesn't count towards this, so it's fresh pity and fresh currency for both the weapon and the character. So not only are they bending you over backwards and you're taken in the butt, just like everything about the whole pulling situation is so bad. So and as a spender, it's even worse because like for me, right, I have like 360 corals something saved up, right? That's enough to get a free dupe on like whatever other character I want to get. But at this point I can't because, well, those are essentially gone to waste. My 70 something pity that's guaranteed also, like I had a guaranteed, which is fine, I'll just pull Lucia or Lucilla, but now that guaranteed is now wasted on well, it's not wasted on Lucilla because I'm going to pull for her, but I could have used that to get Lucy. So now I can't use that. So there's like so many pain points in this collab, and like I was just going to be honest, like the whole entire pull situation takes this collab from being like a 9.5 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 to literally like a 6.5, maybe a 7, right? Just because of that alone. And sure, this doesn't necessarily affect me directly because I do spend money and I got my Lucy. Sure, am I still nitpicking to pull the weapon? Yes, but it still sucks because as someone who spends money, you're getting screwed over. As someone who's a free-to-play, you're getting screwed over. As someone who's been a long-time player, you're also getting screwed over. So the only people who are benefiting from this are literally new players, because new players have the benefit of not only do they have all of 1.0, all of 2.0, all of 3.0. I have the ability to play through all the events. They also get a free, well, free, put in quotes, but a shorekeeper, which they can use from their selector. So they literally have an entire team built for them right off the rip, and they get Rebecca for free. So that not only can they pull for Lucy if they lose their 50-50, but if they lose, they can still get her and her weapon and her dupe. So like if you're a new player, this really is meant for you. But this is, again, it's kind of like the anniversary. It feels like a real spit in the face to veteran players or people who've been playing for a long time. Now again, their goal is to make you spend money, but that's all my thoughts, guys. Again, like, this doesn't take away from the story experience. It was really good, but everything else kind of sucked. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.